Hello, fellow peasants. Today I'll be reviewing 1970's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Alright guys, so I watched The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. This is directed by Dario Argento. I believe this is his first film. It came out in 1970. And what is it about? Well, basically, an American novelist who needs inspiration is told, go to Italy, man. It's lovely over there. You will be able to relax and inspiration will come to you. And he's over there for a couple of years. He's blown all his money. He's damn near broke. And he's like, look, I was over here. I didn't write anything. I was just living the good life. And so he's on his way back to the States. And just within a couple of days of leaving, he becomes a witness to an attempted murder. Okay, and the police believe that this is the same person who committed 2 previous murders in the city. And so they're like, look, we're going to keep your passport. We're going to keep you in town. You need to help us with this investigation because I know you saw something. I know there was something you saw that can lead us to the killer. And so the rest of the film is him working with the police and trying to figure out who this is. And along the way, there are several red herrings. All right, so what do I like? What do I not like about The Bird with the Crystal Plumage? What I like is just the whodunit. I like the murder mystery aspect. I like being thrown off track with all the red herrings and things like that. If you have not seen this film and you don't want it to be spoiled, check out now because there will be spoilers in this review. So, but keep watching if you don't give a shit. Or if you've already seen it. I just love all the detective work stuff, like them analyzing the phone calls to find out whose voice it is, possibly analyzing sounds in the background, and the sound ends up being this rare bird that can only survive in the Netherlands or something, and it's a bird at the zoo, and there's just like the bird with the crystal plumage. And so, like, I love the detective work in this film. I think it's great, and I love how many times this movie throws you off the path, brings you back onto the path, throws you back off the path again. Like, it really does a great job of fooling you as to who is behind this, And I think it's shot well. I don't think it's one of the best shot Dario Argento films I've seen, but I definitely think that it is shot well. This is some of his earliest work. I think this is his first film, and I would say I'm more of a fan of the look of his earlier works, like this and Tenebrae, and maybe what do you want to call it? The Cat o' Nine Tails. Like, I like it when it's not overly stylized. Like, Tenebrae is where it starts getting into the, it's over stylized. And I know I think Tenebrae came out after Suspiria. But anyway, my point is, I prefer when he is a little more subdued with his style and things aren't so crazy, like the colors aren't crazy popping here and there and everywhere. I like a more natural, grounded setting. And this and the Cat o' Nine Tails definitely have a more grounded, real world look to them. And so I appreciate that because that helps in the realness of the crime, the true crime feel of the movie, So, what else? I think the performances here are great, honestly. I think the acting in here is probably some of the best I've seen in a Dario Argento film. A lot of times it can't be you can't blame the dub work, okay? Like, it is what it is. I'm sure most of his films, if you watch them in Italian, they have great performances, but a lot of times in his films, the voiceover work is rough. It's rough. But here, it's fantastic. They did a really good job. Everyone here did a good job. The lead here he does an awesome job of carrying this story. He's very interesting. He's charismatic. You care what happens to the main character, and there's even a point in the movie where you're like, is he the fucking killer? like this movie literally just like throws you off the path multiple times. And I'm I'll get to that later. Sorry, I was gonna say something, but I'll save that for the very end. What else do I like here? I think the kills are more grounded here. I like them better than other Dario Argento kills. I think some of his kills can be so over the top that they look unreal and cheesy. But here the kills are more realistic and not as stylized and not going for looking, I don't know how to explain it, but the kills here just feel more real. What do I not like about the film? I do think you could probably shave about 10 to 15 minutes off. There are moments that drag a bit, but overall I think the pacing is good. So that's a slight nitpick. Some editing issues. There are some times where it's like they'll cut to a shot they just showed, but there's no real reason to ever do that. Like for example, there's a scene where the main character is running up this flight of stairs to go to this door, and they show him going up the stairs, and he gets to the top of the stairs, but then they show the staircase again, and it's just like, I don't know why you did that, and maybe I'm not understanding. Maybe someone can explain that, but I'm just like, okay, like that was really random. But sometimes they did that in the 70s. They would just like show flashes of shit like you just didn't even need to see. That was like a style they did. I don't really have much to complain about here, guys. This movie kicked ass, honestly. This was a really good movie. This movie held my attention more than like 90% of the movies I've watched in the last 4 months or something. You know what I mean? Like this movie kept me like, okay, it just keeps going and going and going. You're learning new information. He's talking to new people. You're not sitting in one room the whole time, or, yeah, I just really dug it. I dug it. I would say on a 1 to 10 scale, I would give the Bird with the Crystal Plumage, probably an 8.5, 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this film, and I was thrown off the trail multiple times. First, I thought it was the husband, because when the main character sees the attempted murder, it looks like a guy's trying to kill a woman, and you find out it was them having some sort of spat, maybe. But what it was is it's the killer. What he really saw was the woman trying to kill her husband, but they try to lead it to make you think in the film that the husband is the killer. They also try to make you think that even the main character's girlfriend is the killer. There's a moment, like I said, brief moment, where there's a look on the main character's face where you're like, are you the killer? There's also a red herring of his buddy that comes over to examine the tapes and things like that. They make you think he's the killer at one point. But the killer in this film is the woman that he thought was being killed at the beginning, the attempted murder that he witnessed. But what happened was she was trying to kill her husband, and he stopped her. And the whole rest of the film, he was protecting her from being arrested. And he wanted her to stop murdering people, and he was trying to throw the police off her path because he loved her and he wanted to protect her. And even though she was a murdering psychopath, he wanted to, he loved his wife. And so, and even all the way up to the very end, when he falls out of like a 5-story window onto the street, he says, I killed all those girls. My wife tried to stop me, but it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was his wife. And so I was confused literally like all the way up until the end of this film as to who the killer was. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, guys. So that's it. That's all I have to say. I think that this is probably... I'm gonna have to really think about it, but this could probably be my favorite Dario Argento film. Surprisingly, I like this more than The Cat o' Nine Tails and Tenebrae. So, who knew? Who knew? So yeah, but that's it. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about Dario Argento's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. And by the way, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, I mean, it plays a role in this film, but does it? All right, guys. Later. Bye-bye.